Good afternoon, pod race fans, and welcome to the inaugural qualifying match of the 2024 Galactic Pod Racing Championship. I'm Digital Unity,
joined by Radiant Variant,
and we'll be your commentators for today's race.
So, seeing as we are in the qualifying runs, we will be doing things a little bit differently this time around. Each racer is going to have a set amount of time to run through each course in the docket and get the fastest time possible in that window. The three courses we have on hand today are going to be a bunch of fun boards. We've got 20 minutes set for Vengeance, 25 minutes on Zuga Challenge, and a brief 10-minute run on Sebulba's Legacy, all full track. Resets should be allowed within these time windows with the goal of getting the best time possible in that time frame.
And we couldn't have picked a better day for it than Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all at home and with our pilots today.
Amen to that. This is going to be good. I think I have our screens up. Yep.
Just waiting for things to move around here. I think we might have given our introduction a little early.
Well, there's nothing like being punctual.
And hey, be early than be late.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Is there a button you have to hit? Do you have to hit a start match button?
I certainly hope not. Let's see. I don't think so. Oh, right. Let's try this. Switch to race layout.
There we go.
So I am in control here.
As you can see from our layout, this is the 25th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and The Phantom Menace.
Okay, I might be fumbling something on my end. I'm really trying not to.
Okay, so how do we get Bado to give a countdown again?
Okay, it's finally loaded for me now. Now I see what he meant. We are in race setup, so I guess how are we giving the timer to start?
I think we just give them a countdown and then start our own stopwatches here. Because I don't remember how to work Bado right now, and it's fine.
Yeah, I think you might not be alone in that regard. That being said, if you want to start the timer. When I start it, I will count us down. I'll get it ready to go.
I've given the countdown. 20 minutes on the clock.
You there?
Yeah. I'm hoping that went through. Might be a little bit of delay.
Okay. Am I good on voice? I think I'm good on voice.
Yeah, you're good on voice. We got one person going.
It didn't look like they were going. They were going straight into a wall there. Yeah. I guess kick it off.
Okay. We are going.
And
if
3,
you want to
2,
that.
1. Oh.
I already gave the countdown.
Oh, shoot. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, because it was typed. The players need the countdown, not us.
My bad.
It's okay. First time commentating jitters.
You're not wrong. How am I going through syncing them up? Because it looks like one is a little bit faster than the other right now.
Well, there's not really much we can do to sync it now because they've started racing already.
Fair enough. I forgot it's not a race; it's a qualifier. They're not going to be on the same pace.
Yeah, I forgot as well for a second. It's been it's been a year since the last time I did comms,
Oh boy,
and a year it has been.
you're not wrong there. That being said, I guess we kick it off with vengeance. The sixth course of the amateur circuit, and
And
probably my
arguably the
favorite,
hardest.
which is funny because it's actually my favorite of the bunch. I love this course.
You can see DA Racer going through the Vengeance tubes right now. That is the reason this is one of the hardest tracks in amateur circuit. Those boulders are no joke, and you can get stuck in one of them, only being able to escape with Alt-Tab.
Which I will effectively refer to as being soft rocks. And it is terrible when it happens. I only had it happen once to me. I'm mainly an Xbox player, and it doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it is a dagger to the heart.
It really is.
Because you're dead stick. You have to hope and pray that you can either Alt-Tab out of there, or you're done.
Vengeance is traditionally played at highest traction values possible, usually around 6,600, I want to say, 6,300. Which, for those playing at home, it's time for everyone's favorite tournament bingo card moment. Commentators badly explain TFPS.
Yeah. I'm not really going to know.
Nope, you go.
I'm not really going to know all the proper frame rates because I'm stuck at 6. I'm stuck at the maximum. That being said, being able to go lower and switch up traction drastically changes how you're going to be able to play these races.
Yeah, essentially, the game's traction and frame rates are inexorably linked. There's some oversight in the code where it cancels out the math, and it ends up that that the frame rate and the traction are calculated sort of connected. That's the worst explanation I think we've ever given on how that works.
Yeah, that one's going to have to do because on my end, I got nothing. I definitely feel like they're both ironing out the kinks here, just making sure they get the track down because we're seeing a bunch of crashes. I think in their like good to go runs, we're going to see a lot less of that.
Right.
Ultimately, you want to at least get one time down because I remember if you don't get a time in the allotted window, you face a very steep time penalty.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the last thing you want to do here.
Especially since it's just amateur circuit. It's not like this is the hardest track that we have you learning today.
There is a good argument for Vengeance being slotted up circuit to semi-pro, and I feel like a bunch of people would gladly make it with something like maybe Howler Gorge going to amateur.
Did DA finish a run?
DA did finish a run. Shoot. I did not see that time. It was there and it was gone.
It's okay because we can catch it back later on the VOD.
And I have a feeling it's going to get better in this time frame.
Yeah. You want to keep your eyes peeled on those runners.
I'm switching into Hawk mode for this one. I am not going to miss another one. Not happening again on my watch, no sir.
Oh, I should pull up Twitch on my phone so that I have chat and I can talk to chat. That'd be smart.
Okay. I might have to leave you in charge of that because my Twitch chat was lagging something severe.
Yeah, that'd be smart of me to do. Welcome to the next tournament bingo spot. Commentators forget to talk to chat. We're on SpeedGaming 2 today?
Yep, we are in 2.
There we go. Shut up, Subway.
Gotta love them ads. I'm getting State Farm ads over here.
Howler no Scrapper's Run maybe for the amateur circuit reshuffle is what's being discussed right now.
Yeah, that actually sounds better. Scrappers is a pretty fun course. I feel like as an intro, it'd
Oh,
probably be
Mikey
better
caught
in
the time.
amateur.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mike.
thank Mikey, the MVP.
It's a 3:15:91.
And that is recorded.
Tilting in the tubes at 24 FPS to the bingo board. That would be a good addition. That would be a good addition.
Yikes. It's like every single racer has a different way of doing it. And Ben is the fast way, just as long as you maintain that speed.
See, Adept is doing the opening of the tube without rotating that much at all. Meanwhile, I rotate like 90 degrees off the bat, right off the rip, so that I can go between those two large boulders without having to finagle with left and right.
Yep. And we have
Ooh, that's a
time
nasty
for
crash.
Adept.
310,
310,
353, not bad.
353. Jinx, by the way.
Do I owe you a soda now?
I would have a bottle of water personally, but if you want to do soda, that'll be fine with me. So both racers have a time in the books. And now we got about 18 minutes to make sure they can improve on it. At least that's what my timer here is telling me.
Right now, Adipt's time is faster, although we aren't currently ranking much of anything on that.
And over yet. Although I can imagine when you're actually on the controls, that 25 minutes seems a lot shorter.
Wait, this is 20 minutes.
Oh, it's 20 minutes? I got
I
it
thought
wrong.
Vengeance
Yeah.
was 20.
Then we've got about 12 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
Yeah. Did you start the wrong stopwatch?
Yeah, I started at 25, but I could chop it down by 5. It's an easy fix.
Yeah, I've got a stopwatch going too.
Gonna say, not my proudest moment.
Ooh, 102.24 for a lap there.
That's
I
a
would
good
tell you
pace.
which lap, but Dip has chat.
That's the first lap. That's a good lap, too.
Ooh,
Oh, no!
there it goes.
No. Announcer's jinx. God bless it, it's a thing.
Everybody loves the commentator's curse.
Oh, my goodness, it's terrible. It's terrible, but it's real, dang it. But that means it's DA's turn to try and take that lead. Looks like they're on a good pace.
Very good pace, if you ask me.
One of the tricks I've seen for that big 8 split going before the fans, if you're gutsy enough, you can run that entire thing on the boost while tilting. It's pretty crazy. But man, getting it right is a very big change to your time.
I make some gutsy plays, but you'll never see me doing that.
Oh, you're not alone. Also, I think anyone racing here needs to give shoutouts to Fud Sang for being a wonderful rock clearer.
My boy Fud Sang doing his part to keep the tubes clean.
Someone has to. Might as well give it to a local. DA's got another lap in the books. 102.97 looks like. They maintain a clean third lap. They will not only improve their time, but they will take the lead in times. Even though, once again, this is a qualifier, not a race, so just about doing the best you can in this window.
This just ends up giving us seeding locations.
Hey, seeding is important.
But, you know, since we've only done these two for qualifiers, they're automatically first and second seed.
For the time being. Ooh, bump on one of the rocks. Fortunately, not a crash, but definitely isn't. Oh, no!
You spoke too soon.
Oh, I hate it.
Thankfully not soft rocked.
DA keeping the run going. It's going to be very tricky to get a faster time. But if they get it right on this lane, they have a shot. They will finish with an improved time. All right. 313.793 or 83? I can't quite see
That's
it.
a 9. No, don't quit the game!
Oh my goodness. That's going to be costly.
What's being costly? What did I miss?
Them quitting out of the game all of a sudden. But they're right back in it on the boost heading into the 8.
I find it interesting that xAdypt is using the better fonts of the multiplayer mod, but not the repaired textures mod.
Whatever works, I guess. It gives each person flavor, or not flavor, excuse me, personality. That's the word I'm looking for.
Flavor's working. Flavor's an acceptable term. What I mean by
Different
fixed
flavor.
textures, by the way, if you look at DA Racer's tubes compared to xAdydpt's tubes, you'll notice that DA's tubes look a lot nicer. That's because during the process of making this into a PC version of the game, something got corrupted. A whole
Oh
bunch of
boy.
textures are affected by that.
I mean, I'm all for the old classic look. I did start on N64.
Yeah, the
I mean,
N64 textures are the only ones that are actually right. Every other version of the game uses this modified build or whatever that has busted textures.
unfortunately, right in the N64's case, just happens to mean old. DA closing in on the fans. Making a turn to head back to the exterior. Looking like they're still doing good. And xAdypt is on pace to close out their third lap in about a half a minute. Ooh, close bump.
Be careful of those fans, xAdypt.
They will grind you up like a chainsaw if you do not get lucky.
I always thought they looked like big sink taps.
I can see it now and I can't unsee it. I'm not thankful for that.
You're welcome.
xAdypt is getting very, very close. They may be posting a pretty good time here. They're going to improve on their current time if they clear it. And they're in.
That's a 306. 306, 796. Blistering.
Solid improvement. Just about 4 seconds off of their previous time. And DA is still closing out the third lap.
Cody looked into the Steam port but heard it has issues. It does, but so does any PC version of this game at this day and age. Apparently some people just have better luck getting this game to run than others do.
Oh.
I think our streams might be in a crash state right now. Not sure.
No, DA is kind of stuck, but xAdypt is still running.
I'm going to give our runners a 5-minute warning.
Yeah, DA's stream is coming in a little bit patchy. Okay, there they are. Now, I believe there is an overflow rule. If you're in the middle of a run when time hits 0, you are permitted to finish that run, but that's it.
Yeah. There actually used to be a rule of, like, no restarts with 1 minute left on the timer, but one of our best and brightest, Goofbrush, realized that that just meant that we had 1 minute less on the timer.
The almighty Goof has spoken. And he's got the right to speak, that's for sure.
Yeah, when Goof pointed that out, that rule immediately went away. Because it was stupid.
DA using one of the small time saves you can use in this track. If you have high heat with Ben, you can afford to lay off the boost and just charge it back up in the fast terrain portion, which everything past that certain rock in that tunnel is going to be fast terrain. So you're going to get a nice speed boost.
I think that's just the fastest of the fast terrain in that tunnel.
Uber fast terrain.
It's very weird. Fast terrain in this game is terrain that literally adds speed to your base speed.
And that do be the name of the game here.
The entirety of that gravity tube section is considered fast terrain, but some of it adds more speed than others.
I have noticed that. It's like certain portions you can get more out of it. How much time we got left, buddy?
3 minutes.
Oh boy, that means any run. Oh my goodness. DA is going to be on their last run.
Well, if it
Potentially
works.
their last run. Got about 3 minutes to make it happen. Current times, DA is running a 3013.793, and xAdypt is running a 306.796 for the best times.
It's almost mesmerizing to watch this stuff. Sometimes I run out of things to say.
Usually in a race, it's a lot quicker from what I remember. Like, you're only going to see a course for about maybe 5-6 minutes, but you're going to be going through these anti-gravity tubes quite a lot. On the flip side, you get to watch some of the fastest speeds in the game in the fast terrain. And that gets dizzying.
Ooh. xAdypt getting a little bit of a bonk there. Could cost.
Oh, they call
Restarting
it
over that bonk.
Yeah.
That's a bold decision, but a good one.
Just that one bump compared to their previous run that cost them about a second and a half, and that makes a difference. Because their faster laps on the run they have in the books right now were like, what, 1 minute and 2?
Yeah,
And there you
like
just
that.
saw it. It's holding on the tilt through the 8. It's a gutsy trick, but they are going for it.
Well, try tilting. That's a good trick.
I mean, if it gets the job done, we're not going to complain.
Gets the job done is an understatement.
With flying colors. What do you want me to add to this, man? I can keep going. I dipped a whirling dervish in those tubes. My goodness.
Whoa.
A little bit high on the exit. But they are locking in a 103.13?
15. And they're sticking with it.
I mean, there's not much choice now. They're almost out of time.
Speaking of almost out of time, they got 26 seconds left.
Which means whatever's on the board is staying on the board.
No more restarts after this.
Lock it in and lock it down.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looks like
overtime.
Looks like xAdypt actually lit up in the AGT. DA is closing on the finish line. This is going to be their time to have. 6, 7. They will have an improvement over their previous time. And they're in. DA closes with a 3:11.562. That's a 6, right?
Sorry, I'm dealing with a situation.
Oh boy. xAdypt is closing in on the last AGT. This is their chance to make it count. They've already got a solid 3:06 in the books.
That is a 5.62, a 3:11.562.
And that is in. xAdypt is rocketing through the last part of the tube. They're clear going into the dirt road.
We're in cave.
Up clean launch on the exit. Doesn't hit the wall. Oh, goodness. Looked like just under 3:06.
3:05.964.
My goodness.
xAdypt. Absolutely hauling. Gracious me.
setting a very solid pace on that one. My goodness. It's those last few moments, like as they're going through it, like at the very end of a run, it's like, get there, get there. It doesn't matter who you're rooting for, you just want them to get the fastest time possible. That's what I love about watching this game at the highest level. All right.
Okay. Next timer is 25 minutes for Zugga Challenge, correct?
I believe so. You want to take a small break in between that?
I don't know. I've already done what I needed to do, but I could stand to go get a cup of water.
Awesome. If you guys want to take a break for just a moment, figure like 3-5 minutes tops. That should be good enough.
That's probably too much, even.
All right.
We want to get this stuff done as quick as possible here. You can give them a countdown and start them up. I'm just going to go grab a glass of water.
Okay. Let me actually get the timer set to the proper time this time.
xAdypt is going to take a 2-minute hydration break.
That is fine with us.
Yep.
Thankfully, I got my big old gallon jug of water on here. I figured I was going to be talking quite a bit, so I came prepared. And while DU is out, I figure I will go over a little bit about the next track, Zuka Challenge. The last of the Mongaza courses in this game, and it's a doozy for one reason in particular. The dozer. Right at the end of each lap, there is a giant bulldozer. And you've got to position your laps in such a way that you have that thing in a good spot when you come around that corner. Because if you don't, you are going to be ground up and spit out by the most menacing mobile obstacle probably in the game. That isn't an asteroid. We've had our fair share of those already. I'm ready to go on my end. I'm just waiting a moment for DU to get back. And it looks like everyone else is set here. DA is in the game. xAdypt is just right behind him.
I return.
Awesome. All I did was just go over the dozer, which is going to be our threat watch for this course. You pulling up the timer now?
Yep.
All right.
25-minute timer at the ready.
If you want to count them down.
I'm making sure they're both ready first.
Ready on the left. Ready on the right.
EA Racer is ready.
Locked in.
xAdypt might still be on their hydration break.
That's fine. It's like getting hyped at the starting line. Let's get it underway.
We are ready.
Alrighty, let's do it.
"25 minutes on the clock. Zugga Challenge begins as soon as stream delay catches up."
And they're both on the board. Here we go.
This is exciting.
I am eager to see how they handle the dozer. Everyone does it differently.
Everyone does it differently because everybody gets to it at different times. The dozer is on a global timer.
That dozer is alive.
And a threat to all it knows.
As I said earlier, if you go about handling that dozer the wrong way, you will be ground up and spit out fast.
Final boss of gaming resides on this track.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't know if anyone heard that. And it looks like we're underway. Yep, we are definitely underway.
Zucca Challenge is another fairly technical track. We've mentioned the dozer, which is really the biggest thing on this track, and it is quite large. But beyond that, there's a lot of heat management and boost timing that needs to be really locked in if you're going to do anything. Like, I make a constant mistake of boosting in this market that DA Racer is in right now, because I always feel like I'm going to underheat, but I never am. It's
Now
something
they're
I
into
have to constantly work on.
and DA's in corkscrew cage right now. I do like DA's strategy of locking in their first time right off the bat to give them a guaranteed time. That way,
Yeah,
if
getting a
something goes wrong in
banker
the
time.
future, yeah,
Getting a banker time like that is really valuable.
it looks like they're already closing in on the end of the track. We're about to see the menace. Do we have a name for this thing? I
The
think we need to make
dozer.
a name for this thing. Is it just Dozer?
It's just the dozer.
Just the Dozer. You don't need no name. And that's the first
You
lap
say
in.
dozer, they know what you're talking about.
Looks like a 128. Going back to this. Going back to this. Now xAdypt is in corkscrew cage right now. Coming back up through another close turn. And boost over the gap. And up to the line. DA through market. I definitely feel like the walls in the market are more unforgiving than anything else. They really will mess you up.
Yeah, they jut out a lot farther than it looks like they do.
Mm-hmm. Objects
Dip's
in
going
plain
through
sight are
dozer.
closer than objects in plain sight are closer than they appear. And xAdypt posts a 126.73, looks like.
Not a bad first lap at all.
Mm. Setting a part time of about 4 minutes and 18 seconds if everything else goes according to plan. Which that lap 3 dozer will put pain to that.
Lap 3 is when the dozer really gets into a bad spot. Laps 1 and 2, it's manageable, but lap 3, well, you'll see.
You will also feel if you get it wrong.
129.66 for DA's second lap. Not bad, not bad.
And they're closing in on their first clear, it looks like. xAdypt back through corkscrew cage on the second lap.
Little bit of a rage look back there. xAdypt must not have been happy about what they did.
Oh, that's why they keep on doing that.
Yeah, that's that's one of the ways that we emote in the speedrunning community is we quickly flash the reverse camera.
Honestly, I play this game very tight knit. I don't have time to even press that button when I'm going through it. DA closing in on the tricky turn. Right towards the boost jump. Ooh, a lot of bumps.
Ooh,
More bumps.
little
No
rough,
crashes,
little
though.
rough. DA approaching lap 3 dozer.
Here we go. First time, big time.
Caught
Oh!
unaware.
Oh, my goodness. Dozer wanted a piece of that action.
Yep, if you're gonna go into left tread like that, you do have to tilt coming out the other side.
Otherwise, it grinds you up. And DA has our first locked in time. 4:33.037. And right on their heels is xAdypt, closing in on the tricky turn over the jump. No bumps this time.
Not a single bonk to be had. xAdypt keeping it clean.
Oh, it's about to get dirty. Here we go. We
Lap
hooked this up
3
for a reason,
dozer.
folks. And
Oh!
oh no! Another stone wall
Unaware.
dozer.
Dozer awareness today is low, at a historic low.
But xAdypt locks in their first time.
A 425,965.
425.965.
Not bad at all.
Alrighty.
Why
Everyone's got a
hasn't the
time in the
Dozer
books.
gotten a ticket yet? That is a good question.
I think a better question is, would the dozer answer? I don't think that dozer would even acknowledge the ticket.
Oof, that's a rough one.
Now, with everyone having a time in the books, now it's just a matter of improving it.
xAdypt didn't like that start.
Well, compared to the last board, they have a little bit more time to improve it. How much time we got left, buddy?
We still have 17 minutes, 30 seconds.
Plenty of time to make magic happen.
Power word! Zaga challenge!
Hey, I'm not going to be the one to start the argument. Is it Zugga or Zuga? I'm not going to start that argument.
Ooh, well, we know that it's not that.
Uh-oh.
I do like that name that you've given it, Corkscrew Cage. That's a good name for it.
I try to find some creative names for the stuff. Like, in like the... Oh, no! Speaking of which, a little bit behind here.
Oh,
We're definitely in the fine-tuning phase. Not much time to optimize it, but you got to use it wisely. And xAdypt is not leaving that to chance. Especially with that third dozer being in such a precarious position that it always is. Left tread seems to be the way to go.
left tread. Did I say right tread earlier? I meant to say
No, you
left
said
tread.
left. You said left.
Okay. Good,
You
I do know my
your
lefts
right
from
from
my rights. The left hand makes the L's and the right hand takes the L's.
Okay, I'm writing that one down. That was a good one. You think I'm kidding? I'm actually writing this one down. It's over the jump there, going back to the line before the dozer. And they're on tilt, on point, and
Woo!
on the ground, clean and clear. First lap of 127.35.
Not too shabby. Ooh. DA's stream freezing again.
Yep, it's locked up.
A historic problem with French Wi-Fi.
Hey, now, let's not be cruel to the Wi-Fi.
That is something that we could probably talk about, is where our racers are from. xAdypt is from somewhere in America, and DA is from somewhere in France. There we go.
We'll get the details later.
Nah, I don't need to dox them.
Fair enough. xAdypt out of corkscrew cage, heading to tricky turn. Over the jump over. Is that lava down there, or is it just? I don't know what the jump
No,
is.
that's
over.
lava.
Oh, lovely. About half as hot as the summers from where I'm around. And I'm not looking forward to him. No, senor.
Oh boy.
Dozer number 2. They are
Whoosh!
clear. Threading a needle there. And that needle will be a lot tougher to thread on the third lap.
129.07. Feel like that could have been better, but they're probably managing their heat better than I ever do, so.
At the same time, you got to remember both of their runs had a dozer crash in lap 3, so improving
That's
on that
an
just
immediate
means,
free time save.
yeah, improving on that will immediately lop a big chunk of time off their runs.
About 4 seconds, I want to say. Ooh, xAdypt boosting in market, making some choices.
Boy, lap 3 is where the magic happens. Get on that throttle. It's the only chance you're going to get it.
Woo.
One bump heading into a tricky turn. They are
Two
boosting
bumps.
over the jump. And here we go.
Gaming's final boss awaits us. Lap 3 dozer.
Oh, and it's going to come quick.
426.56 for DA.
Awesome. 426.56.
Oh! Right into the support beam.
426.560.
426.56 dead. Wow.
And that means xAdypt is barely holding the faster time. Just barely. And we do have a little bit of time left to improve. How much time we got left?
We still have 11 minutes, 36 seconds.
Oh, you can make the world move in that much time. Plenty of time. Yeah, now DA's in that fine-tuning period, making sure every start is good, every turn is great. xAdypt closing in on the market. They're in.
Boosting in market again, making decisions.
Couple of boosts in the S turns. Corkscrew Cage does not take another life.
Yeah.
Little bit of a scrape. A little bit more of a scrape.
Couple scrapes, couple bonks. Nothing too scary.
But they're up heading towards the last line.
All right, lap
DA.
1 dozer is free every time.
Yeah, the moment you say it is the moment it decides to pick up the pace a little bit. I certainly don't want to insult that thing. Lap 1 for xAdypt is a 129.07 or 87. Looks interesting.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was pretty close. 07. For once, the wacky Twitch stream acts as a bit of a catcher net. The DA is past the first lap dozer. Running very high heat, closing out the first lap.
With a 128.62.
I've dipped back in market for the second time around. Again, boosting right as they come out of it, and into the Corkscrew Cage. They're out of it clean, heading toward tricky turn.
Round and round, the S curves they go. Over the jump.
Say what you want about the dozer being a highlight, the rest of the track is actually designed very well.
It is. I will admit that Zugga is probably one of the better designed tracks in the game.
Oh, no!
Oh,
No!
oh, God. Oh, that was...
We're not going to talk about that one later. Oh, goodness. I feel like they were trying to climb along the right wall and just bounced off it. That one did not look good. Treads that kick in the teeth. but they are right back into it. DA is out of corkscrew cage. It's like going back to the previous, this track has it all. It's got the close turns, it's got the long boost lines, it's got the threats, it's got the action, it's got it all. And we're on full track here, but if we're talking skips, it's got one of the wilder ones.
3 of the wilder ones.
Ah, the triplex. Hit them all for bonus points. And DA closes out the lap 1, 127.94.
That's not bad.
How much time we got left?
We are looking at 7 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Still enough for a lot of good runs. Looks like DA's stream is frozen. Oh boy.
How do you freeze on a lava planet?
Look, I'm not going to question the physics and logistics. I don't have enough knowledge for that, I'm afraid. But they're still in it. They come right back after tricky turn, boost over the jump, and that lag is starting to hurt their stream, that's for sure. xAdypt closes out their lap 1 with a 128.33.
None too shabby, if I do say so myself.
Meanwhile, DA closes out their lap 2 with a 128.14. So far, that dozer's been a real menace. Just getting out of that thing's way is going to be the key here.
You might say it's been a phantom menace.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how to react to that.
Seems to be raging a little bit.
Hey, do you know if there's any way we can get the best times for the players in the stream layout right now, or no?
I don't know. I don't think there is. There might be.
I can definitely.
Any experienced tourney organizers in the chat? If y'all wrote them down. Well, yeah, we've been writing them down. We've been keeping track. $426,560 for DA, $425,965 for xAdypt.
Of course, I've been keeping track here.
We're just trying to see what we can do to help you guys.
Oh no. Corkscrew cage takes another one.
It's a deceptively difficult turn.
Especially with Ben. Other racers are able to take it easily, but not Ben. He is the meta pick, without doubt, but there are some drawbacks. But here, can't let him get to you. Yeah, I do feel like that is just a slight issue, Ever Alert. If we could have those overlays, someone would have to make it. It's certainly not going to be me, I'm afraid. They're going through the cage this time.
Ooh.
The second time around is clear.
Looked a little low there.
Meanwhile, DA is closing in on lap 1 dozer, the freebie. Figured you could call lap 1 the freebie, lap 2 the warning, and then lap 3 the boss. I figured that's a good way to go about it.
That is very fair.
Time is winding down, though. Not many laps left to complete. I feel like DA is the only one that has been able to avoid the lap 3 dozer, or did they crash on theirs?
I think everyone's crashed on lap 3 dozer so far.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure if I missed one. I might have.
Yes, you can definitely hold that boost over the lava pit. You just have to make sure you have enough time to charge it on the way back down on the ramp. And then charge it right back up to head up that hill to the last line. The dreaded last line.
Last line feeling fine for DA.
Oh,
oh no! It looked so good!
It did. Oh my goodness. That might be one of their last restarts. Time is almost up.
We are running a little bit low on time with 2:05 left on the timer.
xAdypt clears Dozer 2 by climbing that right wall to get around it. They are not going to be given that chance on lap 3. Closing up to lap 2 with a 127.89. I figured someone didn't crash, yeah. DA's most recent time, they did not hit Dozer 3. They took it a little bit slow, but they did not hit it.
Okay.
Thanks, EverAlert.
That's Gale.
Oh. All these secret identities I don't quite know yet. xAdypt is taking the crash and just letting it play out.
I never gave a 5-minute warning. That was my mistake. I'll give a 1-minute warning.
Boosting is a drug, confirmed. Well, dang it, if that's the case, we're all addicted to it here. We all love our speed in this game. After all, it's in the channel name.
$40.
Oh boy. xAdypt did take a crash early. They're going for that last dozer. They break and tilt clean on the way out.
Will this be an improvement?
I do not think so. 427, nope. Not quite. They did make it clean through that dozer. If they had not have crashed,
looks like they're going for one more shot, and they do have the time for it, technically speaking. It'll be overflow.
We should be at about 10 seconds left.
Actually, we've got 0 seconds left. We just wrapped up.
Oh, boy. DA barely got their start on that last run. But what happens now stands. To refresh, DA has a time of 4:26.560 with xAdypt just barely ahead with a 4:25.965.
Oh,
well. And xAdypt is locking that time in.
I'm not sure why xAdypt is still doing restarts. Maybe this is just stream delay hasn't shown the warning yet.
Times they think they're getting here are not going to count. It is on DA.
Unless their timers, like, I don't know. Because I wasn't keeping track of when they actually started.
It falls on DA to try and improve their most recent time.
I think xAdypt's time still counts, because we do have stream delay, pretty noticeably.
Oh, the time they had before the one they finished was faster.
No, but I mean, like, the one that they're working on now might count.
Well, we're going to see if it holds. DA managing heat on that way up. Going into the first of two big, long straightaways. $10.35, $10.38, $10.39. Into the market. They're not boosting in market. They're playing a little bit conservative. Careful with the cage. The cage does not care. Into tricky turn. Lap 2 is almost over. Make it count, lads. Closing in on Dozer 2. In a good spot. Nice. That was a clean handling of that second Dozer.
I missed it.
Oh, you missed a good one. If you can catch it in the Twitch chat, it was a clean handling of that one. DA is on their third and final lap. This is their last chance to get a better time. And they're not that far off from xAdypt. Just about two-thirds of a second separating them.
Yeah, I think I'm too late on it. I think I'm not going to catch it. The failsafe has failed me.
Gale going off on them for boosting in market. My goodness. Tell us how you really feel. Corkscrew cage is cleared.
Beginning a final lap.
DA about to close the final lap. They've got about 30 seconds to clear it out, or else they're not going to be faster. But they have a chance on this straightaway to make up a lot of speed. 10:33, 34, 35. Crank it. Crank it. Here we go.
Whoa!
Clear through the third dozer. My goodness. And 4:27.21.
Hot diggity. Is that actually faster?
It is not.
Oh.
But it is not faster, but it is another clean dozer handling.
xAdypt wrapping up their final run.
Yep.
Tricky turn, as you've been calling it.
Yep. Corkscrew cage into tricky turn into the boost jump.
Last line. Here we go.
Dozer
Can
3
xAdypt close one out?
Oh boy!
Yes!
Oh my goodness, this could be huge.
This is huge. There's no could be about it.
Very nicely done.
Woo! That is what we came to see.
Incredible.
4:23.078.
Last run was the big one. That was a close one. Woo. Again, that dozer, you never know how it's going to react to you. It's going to let you pass or just be in your way. But that was a clean handling on the tilt.
We're going to go for another brief hydration break before we begin our final descent on Sebulba's Legacy.
A quick 10 minutes on a quick Malvastair track.
Yet another high traction track as well, so we'll be seeing some interesting play. I'll be right back.
You got it.
Keep the crowd entertained. Hype them up or something.
Why do I have to be the hype man? So while DU is on break, Sebulba's Legacy is the crazier of the Malastair courses. On full track, you're going to take a little route at the end under the tunnel to get back to the start-finish line. Outside of that, it's just handling the track normally. It is another well-designed board, but outside of that, not much changes from the usual Malastair. Quick and deadly. Fair enough. Some of the runs I've seen others do in qual, they do try for tunnels. Sometimes it goes well. And again, compared to the other two boards, the qualifying time is a lot shorter. Only got 10 minutes to go. Got Adept going through changing their traction. Or considering it. My goodness, you look at the character model for Ben, and you have to grin a little bit. That thing is funny. You laugh now, but he is the fastest on the board. DA's stream has definitely frozen up. They should be back online by the time DU gets back. Yeah. Hey, he's back.
I'm back.
DA's stream appears to have iced over.
Oh, yet again.
But who's keeping score? Admittedly, I am. That's the fourth or fifth time.
Oh.
You locked in?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
All right. It looks like they're just making some changes.
See if our racers are locked in.
xAdypt currently locked into the shop. And it looks like they made a call on their traction. Passing out some of those Truggets for a different part. Going for the R60, it looks like. And xAdypt is locking in Sebulba's Legacy. DA is locking in Sebulba's Legacy.
After DA is not ready yet.
Yeah, they're swapping out traction. xAdypt going back to R20. Now DA is locked in. And it's going to be a very short, very tense 10-minute timer for this one.
Countdown has been given. 10 minutes on the clock.
Here we go. Alistair, this is where legends are made. We good to go? It looks like we're good.
Looks
DA
like we've
is on the
started.
move. Yep.
All right, so Bulba's Legacy. What is there to say about this track? It's the only
Out.
Malastare track that does not appear to be based on a real-world race course.
And the ending. Oh boy, the ending. You got a lot of ways to take it, but us being full track, there are two options. You take the tunnel, which is the trickier route to take because you need to have very good heat management to make sure you're not underheating, or the long bend, which for Ben is great because it lets him get a ton of speed on this straightaway, which is probably the longest one you've got.
It is a
The amount
twisting, winding, high-traction track that no man has ever felt comfortable on. I don't think. Probably. I'm making that up.
Not with Ben anyway. A lot of other racers you have more turning to work with, but Ben you've got to be sliding and turning on the boost as much as you can to get the most out of his speed.
I think what I wanted to say was where man fears to tread, but I didn't come out with that at all.
I mean, there's only one man in this roster, and he certainly isn't making the cut. xAdypt falling off the long bend and starting over.
EA still going for that banker time.
It's smart, especially with shorter time to work with. You have a lot less time for optimization. Oh!
Ooh, crunch time.
Ouchie time. Oh, little bump at the end there.
Making a parts change.
Wow. $156.499 is in the books for DA.
Not bad, not bad. I keep getting disconnected from chat, and I keep being unable to see what it says.
And our first time locked in for SL. After the part change, xAdypt is right back at it. Oh, another crash going up towards that ramp tunnel. I do not think they're happy about that one. DA round the long bend on the boost for lap one. xAdypt scraping on the ramp tunnel. They're back to it. This is tense. This is where all the tension comes in. The other boards
Nice
are longer
Phantom Menace
tracks.
quote there.
Okay. Enough of that. Usually it's my job.
I know the movie front to back. What do you want from me?
I was reciting it as I was going through the theater, watching it yesterday. I'm just trying not to say all the bad lines. Out of the ramp tunnel. Closing in on the long bend. DA closing in on the ramp tunnel. Oh, that's a crash on the way down.
That's a nasty one to take.
xAdypt is looking like they're about to wrap one up, though. This is looking pretty good. Up to ramp tunnel. Do they have a clean exit? They do. Easy peasy. They're definitely going to have their first time in the books here. 49, 50. This is looking like it's going to be a 153. Yes.
Good guess. 153.82.
8-2 dead?
Yeah, 820.
And now both racers have a time locked in. Unfortunately, optimization time is going to be at a premium here. How much do we have left?
Well, we're already low. Looking at 3:55 left.
Oh boy.
In case there was ever any question about how long 10 minutes is, it's not long.
It might sound like a bit. Actually, in this case, no, it doesn't even sound like a lot. Compared to Vengeance and Zuga, that was miles worth of time to make a difference. Here, not the case.
20 minutes. 25 minutes. 10. Take it or leave it.
Oh, xAdypt almost falling off the long bend. They still keep it alive.
Cutting it close and playing fast and loose with that corner.
At this point, you have to take the risks. No guts, no glory. And unfortunately, with some of the crashes around here, we have seen a lot of guts. Holding the boost up into ramp tunnel. Back on the straight. And a little bit of a slide before long bend. This is looking good.
This is looking quite good.
DA crossing the method. Ooh,
It's a new lap record!
New in-game record for xAdypt.
We love to see PBs. We really do.
Always improving, always moving forward. But it's not over yet. You still have the rest of the course to go through. They're starving for heat heading into ramp tunnel.
Whoa!
Close.
Whoa! Calm down,
Good.
buddy!
Goodness
Holy
gracious.
moly!
Oh, they're going for tunnel. Oh, no!
You don't even do tunnel lap 3 most of the time.
Oh, no!
What was that decision? Tunnel lap 3 is verboten.
DA with a crash as well. We're closing in on the last runs of this session here. Oh, my goodness.
Yep, I'm going to give him another 1 minute warning in about 30 seconds here.
Oh, now that one we are going to talk about, that decision there. Man! I really hope that doesn't eat at you for that one, because that was the run. I feel like that would have been an improvement on their last time, too.
Oh, boy. And resetting it deletes the PB, so, you know, no one will ever believe you.
The world will never know. Oh, man, that is
1 minute
heartbreak.
warning.
Actual A-grade heartbreak. You hate to see it, too. You want to see the best times and the best runs, but calls like that. Now it's quiet time, crunch time.
30 seconds.
Oh, boy!
Oh.
DA with a crash. Get those resets in now. You're almost out of time. Oof. So now I don't want to say anything, because I know if I do, it's going to mess something up.
3, 2, 1. Pencils down,
Overtime.
everybody.
Overtime it is. I cannot imagine what these people are what's going through these people's heads right now. This is the tension.
If you enter the tourney, you won't have to imagine.
Work schedule would not permit, my friend.
No.
The drop. Oh, it's another new record.
We got a chance.
The record is alive. The record is alive. Can he make good on it?
I believe in the heart of the cards.
Which is basically cheating if you know that story. Oh no!
Oh. Well, that's what I get for believing in things that aren't real.
And it falls on DA to be the last. Oh, no.
Oh, well.
2 crash outs.
There she blows.
Adypt is going to preserve that personal best lap and close out with a 2:05.21. Oh, 2:05.412. Oh, man.
All right.
Those are the runs.
Our qualifiers come to a close for today. Let's get our runners in here for a little bit of a post-match interview.
Am I going back to the pre-race screen for this one, or how am I switching this back?
I don't think that there's a post-race screen.
Okay.
That was certainly something.
I'll figure out how to mark the times in the tracker later. But I do have all of our times down. Whew. Man, that tunnel move. Oh boy.
Welcome, DA.
Hello, guys.
We're waiting just a little bit on xAdypt.
Yeah. No problems.
xAdypt needs an invite again, apparently.
Whoa. All right.
Oh, or not.
There we go.
There we go. Turn your mic on, boss, and join us for our post-race interview.
Hello.
Yo, he made it.
All right. Well, that was certainly a way to start off our tournament. Excellent racing, both of you. Very, very fun stuff to watch.
Yeah, I guess right off the bat, what was our least favorite course out of these 3? I'm gonna switch it up. Not go for the best, go for the least favorite.
Vengeance. This track is nah, I'm not gonna say anything. It's probably gonna be non-PG. So
keeping it PG is definitely appreciated.
I tell you what, the Bulba's legacy sucks.
Oh man.
Boy, I say boy, now Sebulba's legacy.
We're going to talk about that in a moment. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, really though.
SL, I really was like, right after Zuga, I took some time to do some breathing exercises. I badly needed it because I was, quite fired up. Still from Vengeance. Zuga had no problems with it. I was in my element. But Vengeance, oh my.
You definitely handled Zuga pretty well. I'm quite confident that you had the most clears of Zuga without getting just wrecked by third dozer.
Definitely the cleanest third dozers.
I guess when I stopped tilting about dozer, he was like, okay, then you're my pal now. But on my first attempt, yeah, dozer played out a little joke on me. It's more like I forgot to tilt the pod before exiting the left thread, so yeah. That was my
That'll
mistake.
do it every time. That'll get you every time.
Yeah.
So it seems like Vengeance is the track, the loathed track for this qualifying session so far.
Well, I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of time to practice, and the main track that I practiced was Vengeance, which is, I think, why I got a freaking 305.
That was
it was a very nice Vengeance time.
That's great.
Thank you.
305. Man.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a PB.
Wow. All right. Huge props to you.
Speaking of PBs, that second SL lap, very nice.
I don't know how I did that twice in a row, and then I choked so hard on lap 3. It made me sad.
So, I hate to cut to the quick, but we have to talk about it. Lap 3 in that run in particular.
Why did you
What
go
made you
for
make-
tunnel?
Dude, I don't even know. Just pure anxiety kicked in, and I was like, I need to go fast.
Yup.
If you need to go fast, you shouldn't have done tunnel. It's for most
Yeah.
players, it's going to be slower lap 3.
Yeah, I definitely should have gone the long bend, but yeah, just I know it's just qualifiers, but I already have anxiety as it is, so it was like it was full force, man.
I feel you, man.
That's fair. That
Yeah.
happens.
If
My heart was
anything,
going brr.
you did preserve the second lap fast lap, so it is a record. I think. I don't know if it's the record on your account of the game, but man, that
Yes.
third lap.
That was
Now I can
something
bother
else.
people.
It is just the qualifiers, so it's not do or die, but we're going to look back on it and wonder what could have been. Ugh.
Glad I got my 3 times. That's it. I
Yeah,
didn't
everyone got
ask,
their times in. Nobody was slacking there.
but it
Always
was
important to
like-
get your times.
It was always like 1 second slower than my goal times. So
Yeah.
disappointed, but never mind. I'm glad the quals phase is done for me, given the first track of all these tracks that have been chosen for these qualifiers.
Some
That
vehement
makes-
hatred for vengeance.
Well,
With a
I'll tell you what,
vengeance, if you will.
I got to give a shout out though to the staff for picking those 3 tracks because that was definitely a good choice. Those are all 3 pretty, moderate. They're not super challenging, but they're hard enough.
Challenging.
It's a good primer. It's a very good primer they picked this year.
Not supposed to be easy, and trust me, guys, it is not easy. But we can
For real.
Crunch time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about all the time we've got. So thank you to our runners for playing. Thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting. And if anybody in their right mind wants to join up for our tournament themselves, we are still accepting applications to this day. Can join us
Do
in
we
the
have-
Star Wars Episode 1 Racer Discord for more details.
Do we have a close date on tournament applications?
I think the 19th.
That means just about 2 weeks to go.
Yep.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, guys. I want to thank the commentary team. You guys probably have done a great job. I'm eager to take a watch at what was done. By
First
X.
time, big time.
Mario Collins.
Yeah, I was listening into the commentary and watching the stream throughout all of my gameplay, and it was great. I think you'll really enjoy the rewatch.
The total multitasker. My goodness.
Wow.
I didn't
All right.
want to. I don't know. I didn't want to miss anything, But also want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, thank you all, guys. Love you, and I hope to further race in this tournament. It's gonna be a hell of a time.
Hell yeah.
All
No
right.
argument there.
That's going to do it for us today, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Keep your goggles on and your engines tuned, and may the 4th be with you all.
Amen to that.
Bye bye.